everybody, welcome to It Was Tuesday, and of course, when we think of Tuesday, we think of Bison, and Capcom has done us the favor of dropping the character guide for Bison. Remember, they just showed the gameplay trailer, and now they're actually showing the guide. These are the guides that we will actually, that they put in the actual game, but they always release it early for us so we can check out what the character is like. So let's take a look at this character guide here. I haven't seen this yet, so this is my first time, so we're gonna be learning together. So as you can see here, Bison has a number of long-reaching moves, allowing him to overwhelm his opponent with suffocating ground game. Interesting. So they're just saying he has good ground reach. Using his powerful space-creating strikes and special moves to control the neutral or surprise your opponent with Shadow Rise and its follow-ups. It looks like, yeah. I mean, Bison's always had really good range on buttons. And surprised they haven't mentioned the Scissor Kick, which is not a charge anymore. Also, by hitting an enemy with the Backfist combo, you'll plant a Psycho Mine on them. That's the new move that he has. Which last week, by the way, I said I thought there was a one-hit version of it. And what I discovered is he only plants the Psycho Mine with his glowing hand. So depending on if he's facing left or right, he has a different animation for the second hit of the Backfist combo. So if he's doing it this way, he turns around and his back is facing, but if he's facing the other way, the second hit is him actually staying facing forward. So it's actually just the same move that I thought was two different moves. Oh, the music is actually super loud, huh? Okay, let's tone that down a little bit. There we go. And so he plants the bomb, and the bomb is there. The Psycho Mines will detonate after a period of time, but also can be detonated by connecting with certain special moves. Bam! Ugh! So they're just showing that over here, and now, kaboomy! Interesting, the Backfist combo into Psycho Mine didn't look like it gave you a lot of frame data to do much, interestingly enough. Look at that, look how fast you bounce up. You can block the bomb explode, yes, yeah. That'd be cheap if you couldn't. Just depends on how much of that frame, that ending animation is combo is there. Interesting. I mean, mine could probably be parried if you can find the right situation. If you let it explode, yeah, for sure it'll be parryable. Special attacks that activate Psycho Mines will have their damage increase, as well allow Bison to move before his opponent when guarded. Use this to gain advantage. So again, this will allow him to get pressure. Yep, like that, plus frames. So that's gonna be dude, he's gonna be good, I think. Unless it's just gonna be one of those things where landing a Psycho Mine is not gonna be as common as you think, right? Because like, we could look at Kimberly's, you know, crazy spray bomb corner setups and you're like, oh my God, this looks all cheap. Then you play Kimberly and you can't get your opponent cornered ever because it's so hard to beat anybody in neutral. A quick charge forward empowered by Psycho Power. This is a Psycho Crusher. It deals a large amount of damage, making it particularly effective in combos. So yeah, this is the charge move. Charge towards the enemy while wreathed in Psycho Power. The speed at which this attack comes out differs between the light, medium, and heavy versions. It's a damaging, potent tool, even more so in combos. They usually make it sound like it's the guy that you're using who's saying all this stuff. Maybe this isn't the exact video that will be in the game. I'm not sure. Unless he is being so matter of fact. Yep, standard combo into Psycho Crusher. Single hit projectile, stand no chance against this attack, thus making it a valuable tool during long range engagements. You'll be open to attack if your opponent proves to be wily enough to block it. Do not use it recklessly. So it goes through projectiles, and the OD version hits twice and is safer on block, it looks like. Oh, it's safe on block. Okay, it's actually just safe on block. And then, yeah, it also goes through projectiles as well. Here's the Scissor Kick, the double knee press. Fly and rip towards the opponent before hitting them multiple times. A powerful tool to control space at a distance. Strength of the button use will determine the distance of this move. The range of this attack is fearsome, but careless use will leave you open to attack. Imagine this attack to be akin to a spear and only attack with the tip. What's interesting about this, I'm curious right now, we'll probably find out, is that in the older games, the heavy version was safer on block, but went farther. But that's because it was a charge move, and they gave the heavy version a lot of startup. Now that it's an instant move, like, I feel like you couldn't do it that way. Like, the one that's the longest range should actually be punishable unless they give it massive startup. Let's see. Yeah, so they're using to try to hit with the very tip of it, basically, based on the range. Yeah, you saw right there, the light one was punishable by the jab. The override version will connect into a knee strike that launches the opponent. So his OD version turns into his V skill 2, basically. Yep, so it's a combo tool because on block, yeah, you just die. The Backfist combo, we've already seen this one. Step forward and deliver a backhand blow into a powerful mind threat, into a mind plant. A multi-hit attack that blasts the enemy with great power. Any fool that finds themselves hit with this will be implanted with a psycho mind. Okay, yeah, I guess it is him talking. Any fool that finds himself hit by this, the mind will detonate after a few seconds. Use this threat to benefit and suffocate enemy with pressure. Okay. Connect with a psycho-powered special move while Psycho Mind is embedded in the opponent will cause it to detonate, inflicting more pain. Oh, that's sick. Even if the mind is blocked, the explosion will allow you to move before your foe. Overdrive increases number of hits and damage. Oh yeah, that's right. It does the little ground bounce so you get Oki. Your foe will be within striking distance after this attack hits. Take the full advantage of the Psycho Mind to make sure your efforts are rewarded. Yep. Shadow Rise. So this is the head stomp. A quick, high-reaching jump. 2 different follow-ups can be done. Strength of the button will determine how far you bound forward. Shadow Rise will give you access to 2 overhead attacks, Devil's Reverse and Head Press. So again, the Head Press has always been automatic, but this time it isn't. He just goes up into the air, and you just have to choose the follow-up this time. Yeah, so the heavy version goes a little farther. And then there's the punch follow-up, and then the head stomp follow-up, which just drops you straight down. Devil's Reverse, activated with the punch button, can be controlled in the air to move back or forth. Oh, nice. Use it from a distance to watch the enemy's movement. Make use of its quick to descend upon the enemy when they least expect it. Yep, pretty standard. Head press, activated with the kick button, will descend straight down upon your enemy. Another jump will be performed after stomping on the enemy's head, which can be controlled to move back and forth. So this is how it worked before. And then you should be able to do a follow-up, yeah, so you can use the somersault skull diver afterwards. There you go. And so now you actually, so the head stomp forces into another move. The overdrive tracks the enemy, and you are invincible to throws until a jump occurs. So actually, it sounds like then he's going to have a throw invul escape option. He might not have a strike invul option, so he'll be like Lily, but he actually has a throw invul option. Interesting. Interesting. Not to air throw. It says invincible to throws until the jump occurs. So before he gets off the ground, while he's still considered grounded, you cannot ground throw him. 2 transition attacks are also boosted. The overdrive version of Devil hits twice and deals more damage. Bam, bam. Okay. And then the stomp version, well, the overdrive version of the head press hits an opponent on the ground. It will transition automatically into a multi-hit attack. If blocked, you will land and have the opportunity to continue your pressure. Wow, it's plus on block. Shoot. The question is, how much meter does this use up? Both overdrive, devil reverse, and head press may be used out of regular Shadow Rise with the dual input. Okay, so you can just change it to the OD version. But if you do OD into OD, does that use 3, 4, or just 2? I'm not sure. Probably just the 2, honestly. Knee press nightmare. Take aim at the opponent's legs with a series of crushing blows. Useful as a what? What did it say? Useful as a combo ender, I think is what it said, or as a counterattack by making use of its invincibility. A long-reaching technique. Use it in your combos or for counterattacks and invincible to enemy strikes. Ingrain that knowledge into your brain. The attack is well suited to helping you turn the tide in battle. What did he combo off of that? Was that the Psycho Mine planted? Yeah. So he did Psycho Mine into the slam. And then Link. Okay, you can act really fast. He just has a lot of recover animation that makes it look like he recovers really late. But you actually recover really fast. The Psycho Punisher. Launch the opponent into the air with the shockwave from the landing of a powerful jump before following it up with a strong attack. Effective against enemies using projectiles from long range. Its destruction could be controlled back and forth after performing it. Why doesn't Kimberly get this? Why doesn't Cammy get this? Who cares about Cammy? Why doesn't Kimberly get this? Why can't she control the direction? God damn it. Well, Bison's weakness has never really been against zoning. His weakness is supposed to be that he has no defense. He's supposed to, that's what it's supposed to be. He just always happened to lose the guile. It wasn't necessarily zoning straight up. The attack is invincible from the jump to when it lands. God, he had this in one of the EX games, I think, that he did the super head stomp. Wow. Ugh. Oh, it was the USF4 U2. Okay, that's what it was. The trajectory of the jump can be controlled while in midair. Use this knowledge to punch the enemy for being naive enough to use projectiles, even from a considerable distance. I hope this means it's a charge move. It is not a charge move. It is not a charge move. Why does Bison get this? I'm so mad. I'm so angry right now. I'm actually legit angry about this. I'm actually legit angry about this because Kimberly's level 2 is so bad. It's so useless. And they let Bison control his distance without having to charge? Ah! Trajectory of this junk control. Use this knowledge. So mad. Unlimited psycho power. Rush towards the enemy before smashing to the ground with a devastating strength. The first one to encounter projectiles, using combos, turn the tables. Basically level 3. It's just a level 3. A massive attack that utilizes psycho power to its full. Wow, that looked fast. So they were just showing that it actually punished Jury's forward heavy kick right there. Wow. Show the opponent what true strength looks like and make them crumble in despair. Wait, was he standing on their arm? Did he turn himself into a hawk? He lands up, he pulls your arm, and then he lands on your arm? Like look at Jury, like, oh, the psycho power pulls her arm. The psycho power even pulls her arm forward. Like, it makes her punch. And then you look up, and he's standing on your hand. That's what he does? That's the critical art, right? Because the first one we saw was the first one was just the regular version, right? Let me see. So the regular version, he hits you. Yeah, he psycho crushes you down like this. But the CA version is different. He stands on your arm. He becomes M. Falcon, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so silly. And then horse.
For me, it was Tuesday.
And there you go. There's Bison. He looks really good. Like, my initial judgment of this character, I feel like, because I'm always right. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like he's going to be really good, but what a lot of it's going to come down to is a little bit what his frame data is going to be. And you remember when we actually first watched the Zangief trailer before the game came out, everyone was like, he looks broken. And I was like, it really is going to depend on what his frame data in neutral is like. And his frame data in neutral turned out to be really bad. And so Zangief ended up bad. Just like I said, that might happen. But judging from the way Bison is right now, he looks really strong. It looks like he's going to have a lot of ability. It's just really going to come down to the kind of routes and confirms he's going to be able to get into Psycho Mine, right? Is he going to be the kind of character, like, you know, in order to really get his power, he needs to catch you with a Psycho Mine, and then he can get the offense and stuff like that. But that means he has to hit you in the first place so he can plant the Psycho Mine. And does the Psycho Mine just do less damage than all of his other special moves? So is he more like a Johnny, which would be funny because both Bison and Johnny were voiced by the same guy, Wakamoto, in Japan before. According to Justin, Kimberly players will have to figure out Bison stuff. What does that mean? What does he mean by that? What did he mean by that? He's just saying that Kimberly players have to play Bison? Because he might not be wrong, to be honest with you. Well, again, the bomb explosion's not going to be as much of a situation, because remember, if you just do a Psycho Power infused move, it just blows up the bomb at a certain timing to give you plus frames. It doesn't matter how long it takes to explode. Now, if you want to set up a really cheeky cross-up kind of mix-up thing, sure. But if you're Bison, you might as well just Psycho Crusher in, trigger the bomb on their block, and get your plus frames. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be really scary. Yeah, Elena's still a weird one. Elena's got to be some sort of lore reason why they're bringing her into the game. Like, putting her in the same spot with Akuma and having it so that, I mean, like, in the past, she's actually, like, made friends with Akuma. Something to that degree. Like, she's the only person whose number is stored in Akuma's phone or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it can't be infinite block strings because you'll just be plus, but then on block you can't plant another Psycho Mine. So you can go after them again, but then you won't get the plus frames afterwards. So yeah, and Elena is really popular, to be fair. She is really popular. So in any case, that's Bison. So interesting looking character. I mean, the way that he looks right now, and again, all the DLC have done really well. I feel like the only DLC character that came out and didn't quite reach that level was Aki. But Ed, Rashid, and God, why do I always forget one of them, like the freaking dwarves, dude? Ed, Rashid, and Akuma. Akuma's the last one. They all look like, I mean, they all kind of jumped out of the gate being, you know, like, we have to have a little more time to figure them out, and then they became strong. Aki's the only one that we gave the time to, but didn't quite get that strong. Now they've buffed her, and now she's hella scary, but she still doesn't have an OD reversal, so I'm still a little shaky on her. But if what they've done in the past continues, I have a feeling that Bison will come out. Maybe we'll have to figure out the setups, learn the tech, and he'll end up being strong, but maybe not broken. So I think it's really good. I think it's really good right now. Oh, the head slam in the SF anime? Oh, that's a good point, huh? I didn't even think about that, where he slams you to the ground like that. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to rewatch that scene in the anime. You're talking about the end of the level 3 here. This one here. Like, he does that to either Ryu or Ken or something like that. I'm not sure. I forgot. I'm gonna have to watch that battle again. Yeah, he did it to Ryu. Didn't he like keep slamming his head into the ground or something like that? If I'm not mistaken, and that's when like Ken crawls up on him and grabs his leg. Oh man. But yeah, Bison looks solid and he's cool, and you know, I like that they took the V Trigger 2 thing and just turned it into part of his moveset. He doesn't look quite as changed as some of the other characters. Obviously, not having a charge for the scissor kick is kind of a big deal, but we'll have to see what the frame data of the scissor kick is. I need to see how the heavy and the light ones are going to compare. We saw them punish the light ones with a jab. How is the heavy one going to be punished? Because if the heavy one is really slow, that's going to be really strong. However, if it's plus, it's going to be really strong. However, if it does have a slow startup, and then that means it becomes perfect parryable, can you perfect parry the first hit into drive impact, armor through the second hit, or is it timed in such a way that the perfect parry of the first hit negates the second hit like we've seen in some other cases, and then you can just blow him up after that? But you know, the frame data, it has such a determination of exactly how strong someone is. From what we've seen here, if you assume they made things good, it looks like he has a strong tool set. But, you know, obviously it's very easy to make a character. When we know this much about a character, it's very easy to make the character good or bad, literally just based off of frame data and how plus or minus things are going to be. So, be interesting to see. So, he comes out literally in, what was it? He comes out on the 25th, I think it is. Does he? No, he comes out on 26th. He comes out on Wednesday. It didn't come out on a Tuesday. Missed opportunity, Capcom. But all their characters always come out on the same time of every month. But that means he'll be here in our hands in just about over a week. So get ready for M. Bison, and I can't wait to see what he adds to there, even though we're still trying to see what Akuma's adding. It's crazy because Akuma to Bison's 1 month, and then are we going to have to wait a really long time for Terry? You know, Terry might not be till like, what is it? He said fall, so like, is he coming out October or September? Like, I don't know. They're spoiling us with 2 characters in a row real fast. Now it's going to feel slow again, but we'll see what happens. So, I don't know how much the individual characters are, Shay. I don't remember. So, because I always just get the passes in the end. I always get the season passes in the end. In any case, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the content here. Trying to put out more content than ever before. A lot of short form content as well, so hope you guys are enjoying that. I forgot to add that other message at the beginning, so you know what? I'll just record the message here. I'll do some funny editing here, but I've been releasing the videos a little bit later in the day, like around afternoon if I can wake up early enough, or evening instead of in the morning, because that's actually a recommended time to release videos, and it actually helps your videos views, I think, to release it a little bit later. So I just wanted to check with you guys on YouTube if you're okay with me releasing them a little bit later on in the day instead of trying to get them out first thing in the morning. 1, it might get more views. 2, it also eases me up on the editing cycle so that I can do the time stamping and thumbnail creation the next day. So I can edit tonight, and then I can rest for the rest of the day, and then do the thumbnails and the time stamping the next day, and then get the video up. So let me know if that's okay with you guys, if you guys are okay and are doing fine with the different release schedules these days. And also let me know if you've been enjoying me putting out a lot more of these little 10-minute snippets of random conversations, if you guys are enjoying that as well. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time here on It Was Tuesday. And the day that this podcast graced your ears was the most important day of your life. But for me,
it was Tuesday.